Raising ducks on pasture. Can it be done? Here's how we do it out at Harvest Hills Ranch. Hey everyone, Dr. Arland Hill out at Harvest Hills Ranch, and thanks for coming back out and joining us today. Today we're going to share with you about our ducks and how we raise our ducks on pasture. Now, oftentimes you hear about how farms will raise chickens on pasture, but we're doing the same thing with ducks out here, and we're using an adaptation of how we started out with our chickens and actually how we still raise our chickens on pasture, and we're applying that to our ducks. Before we show you the ducks, I thought what I would do is show you some of the benefits that they're having for the farm. Now, if you'll look behind me here, you can almost see that there is a streak of dark green. One of the attributes that's often touted for running chickens on pasture is that they fertilize the pasture. And we see that the ducks are inherently doing the same thing. So we are getting that benefit out of them, and when we bring the cows across here, we'll have nice lush grass for the cows to be able to enjoy. In addition, oftentimes when the grass gets really tall, we're late summer right now, and the grass has just taken off, especially since we've been getting some rain, and it gets ahead of us, meaning that it starts to lose quality because it's really too big, it's too long. And one of the things that we've seen that the ducks do is that when it gets tall like that, the ducks start laying it down. They start running back and forth over it every day. And we're gonna show you some examples of that here. Ducks, as you know, unlike chickens, chickens have little small talons, if you will, have the little small chicken claws and on the chicken feet, and really sharp. Ducks, of course, have webbed feet. And think about that as they're stepping across this grass. And also remember, these are adult ducks. These are our laying ducks. So they've reached their maturity in how they develop. And so we can put them on taller grasses. And notice in this grass here that they've just come off of, you can see them here behind me. They've actually, here's a really good example right here. They've still laid this grass down. So instead of having, as a chicken would, where you've got small points of pressure on the ground, with the duck, you've got that web foot and it's constantly placing pressure on the ground, and it's trampling that. So now, even though it's late summer and this will come back up a little bit, especially in going into the fall when the grasses are starting to lose their vigor, these ducks will come and they will lay all that on the ground, and now we've got all that added carbon on the ground. And what that means is, as that starts to deteriorate, as those grasses start to deteriorate, we're actually feeding the soil. You've heard me mention this in other videos, where the more carbon we can put down, the more we can feed the soil, the more we can nourish the microbes in the ground over time. But in addition to that, you can see that there is a lushness. There's already a green. They've been off of this little area right here for about I think this is the 7th day now, and you can see that this is already greener than what's in front of them where they're going to be going. So we adopted, many individuals are familiar with what's known as the John Suscovich style of chicken tractors, and we've simply used that same type of chicken tractor to adopt it to the ducks. In addition to that, we do like to put a little pool out for them to allow them, especially on hot days like this, to get out there and cool off, to get some water flowing through their beak. Ducks are waterfowl. They want a little water, and we don't have to be excessive with it, but we like to give it to them. So with that being said, guys, can you run ducks on pasture? You absolutely can. It doesn't take that much different to do it. And the great thing about this, and one of the reasons that we started doing this, and the reason that we have a lot of people reaching out and there's a growing interest for ducks, period, and the reason we started working with more ducks and growing our flock, is because a lot of people are sensitive to chicken eggs and they're looking for alternatives out there. And so we found that having the ducks became a nice alternative. The taste profile, the flavor profile is fairly similar to the chicken, and it's an easy transition over, especially if you're going to use it in some type of bacon dish or include it in a dish. But it makes a nice transition, an easy chicken egg alternative for those individuals who may have some type of sensitivity to the chicken egg. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you joining us. Hey, if you like the video, go ahead and like the video. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy regenerative agriculture, if you like to see how food is raised and you want to promote that to your friends, family, and those that need to know about this. Hey, subscribe. That way you'll have info to be able to share with them. I'm Dr. Arland Hill out at Harvest Hills Ranch. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.